There's one right there. That feels good.
There's one. Wow. That's a net full.
There we go.
Good one. Real good one.
Look at that beast.
Beautiful. Got it. Wow, that's a big one, dude.
That's what it's all about, man.
Nice job, you two.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience. Devil's Lake in North Dakota is a large, sprawling prairie lake. Just 43,000 acres in 1993, it's grown substantially since, rising 4 feet last year alone. That 4 feet has grown the lake from 120,000 acres to the 168,000 acres it is today. Lund Pro staffers Johnnie and Scotty Brewer liken it to fishing a new lake each year. In spring, the shallow back bays are first to warm and attract post-spawn walleyes in search of bait fish. Finding water temperatures approaching 60 degrees, they not only locate active walleyes, they also find some of Devil's Lake's well-known white bass and northern pike, giving them a chance to show us a little bit of what Devil's Lake has to offer.
Another nice one. I'm Johnnie Candle. I'm here today with my good friend Scotty Brewer. We're on Devil's Lake in North Dakota last week of May. The target species today is walleye, but don't be disappointed if you see a lot of other fish species today. Northern pike and white bass are biting very well. It's going to be a fun day.
It's going to be a really fun day. I'm excited. This is such a walleye factory. And like Johnny said, hopefully we can get into a few of the other species too, just to round out the entire day.
So let's go catch something.
Yeah, man.
Well, late spring, kind of trying to become early summer. We got water temperatures, Scotty, in the upper 50s the last couple days. Nice sunny day today. We could see 60-degree water temps by the end of the day, which is a magical number. But one thing that's really cool about this time of year is every species of fish seems to want to be in the same water, and that's pretty shallow.
Yep, that's skinny water, and generally you're pitching jigs or crankbaits up shallow, and it's so much fun watching those, even a walleye blow up in skinny water, in a foot of water, 2 feet of water. The fact that we're really just going to target the really skinny water really helps narrow down a lot, although there's still a lot of that.
Oh yeah, there is a lot. The lake is up about 3 feet since March. Had a little inflowing water in Devil's Lake this year. And the challenge for us, Scotty, is going to be water temperature, water color. So finding the right areas. The advantage we have is when we find these fish in shallow water, they're usually pretty hungry and they're going to eat just about anything we throw at them. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, you really honestly never know what that thunk is when it hits your jig on Devil's Lake.
Absolutely. I'm hoping we get into some of those big giant white bass. You know, Devil's Lake's got quite the reputation for those, and I got into a few of them the other day, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If the walleye don't cooperate so well, maybe we can get into some of them big giant white bass. Well, it's going to be a fun day regardless. There we go. What do we got? What do we got? Feels good. Ah ha ha. White bass.
Oh, is it?
We probably might want to net that one though. It's a good one. You gotta love white bass that you need a net for. They're not little here.
Wow, that's a nice fish.
Rod benders. Hefty, haven't spawned yet. If they're in here, there's a walleye in here someplace. Ooh, that's a walleye. Oh yeah, nice one too. There we go. Scotty, that looks like dinner to me. I don't know about you, but
yeah,
that is dinner perfect. All day long right
Perfect
there.
dinner size.
Think, you know, 3 or 4 more like that, and you got a meal that most people pay a lot of money for. We're spoiled out here, aren't we?
This is a perfect eater walleye for dinner.
You might think I'm half loopy doing what we're doing, right? We're in a flooded duck marsh in about 6 feet of water, casting up into 2 or 3, targeting walleye. But it's that time of year where it's all about water temperature. We've got 58 degrees and it's steadily climbing up. The whole food chain is starting in this shallow, flooded, marshy area Warm water brings insects and larvae, which brings minnows, smaller fish, larger game fish, and they all want to eat the same food. So we had a white bass already, now a walleye. Almost hate to say this out loud, we haven't seen a pike yet. I'm sure we're going to. And when we hit that right spot where the water color is right, the water temperature is right, and the fish are there, it's going to be gangbusters.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
There's one.
There's one. Looks like a white bass.
White bass.
Oh, that's bigger than the last one we got. Look at that sucker there. Holy cow.
That's a big white bass. Man, that's a lot of fun. You know, and that's the beauty of Devil's Lake is although we're out here walleye fishing, you can catch fish like this. This is so much fun catching these.
Almost 17
Just
inches long.
about 17. Well, that was fun.
Did you see that one here? I think it's the right kind. Look at there. Watch this. This is the pro tournament guy in me. We don't need no stinking nets.
Nice. Nice job, sir.
Look at there. That's beautiful. That's one fish sandwich, two fish sandwiches right there. That's what we call that.
Yeah,
Get
that's
that
a
sucker in the live well.
perfect eater.
Got him?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we're working on a good mess of walleyes for dinner tonight. Take a second to tell you what we're using to catch them. We've got 4 rods rigged up, reels. They're all identical. And I like to do that so every time I switch, it feels the same in my hand. The rod of choice, 7-foot, medium power, fast action. I like a tip that's pretty quick, but not real fast because I can cast a little farther. Size 2500 reel, spooled up with 10-pound super line of your choice. I have no brand preference. They're all good, no stretch, very sensitive. Got a uni knot, or back-to-back uni knots, and I've used a 14-pound fluorocarbon leader today. The reason for the little heavier line is because of the pike in Devil's Lake. On the business end, today it seems 1/4 ounce jig is the ticket, maybe 3/16 if you're fishing a little shallower, maybe even 5/16 if the wind's blowing a little bit. And then your garden variety of paddle tails, straight tails, hair jigs with a little piece of plastic, all of them will work at one time or another. And you just gotta try all of them until you find the one the fish want. So this time of year, the fishing isn't rocket science. Man, I hate to use a cliche like that, but I guess I just did. We're out in 6 to 8 feet of water. We're casting as near shore as we can get. Some of the walleye are hitting right on the bank, most of them about halfway back. And it's not a slow, steady retrieve, and it's not a real aggressive retrieve, but a series of lifts and drops. Let that jig fall till it hits the bottom, lift it up kind of slow, let it fall till it hits the bottom. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 bites every day. They're gonna catch it on the drop. Pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy.
Looks like a pike, I believe.
It's a walleye.
Oh no,
Nice
it's
one.
A walleye.
There you go. I would say he inhaled that one.
Good call, Mr. Candle.
Another beautiful eating size fish. You know you got to figure it out when they're down there like that. Perfect. I don't know, looks like another fish sandwich or two. What do you think, Scott?
That's perfect size.
That's a beautiful sight right there.
Yep.
I've been guiding full time on Devil's Lake now for 22 seasons. This will actually be my 23rd this year. And what a great place. During a long tournament career, it was one of the most incredible lakes that you could take batting practice on, for lack of a better word, because you can fish any technique you want here and catch them. Pitching jigs and crankbaits like today, live bait rigging in the summer, trolling crankbaits and lead core, bottom bouncers, it all works. So it's been a great lake to live on to keep your skills sharp. But the other part that's unique about Devil's Lake is it's like fishing a brand new body of water every year. Since 1993, when the lake began flooding, it's been a different level every spring. It's never the same 2 years in a row. This year, perfect case in point, it's up 4 feet from a year ago. 4 feet of water is a really big deal on any lake, let alone a lake that just went from 120,000 acres of water to 160,000 acres of water by coming up 4 feet. It's a lot more water to look at. Fish use different structure, different depths. Water warms up quicker, stays warmer longer or not quite as long. Oh, just so many things to think about. And I truly love that challenge of fishing a new lake every season.
Got him that time.
Attaboy.
Could be a really nice walleye.
Positive mental attitude, my friend. You're positive it's a pike? Is that PMA? Hey, look at you, superstar.
It's not nearly as
Look
big
at
as
there.
I thought it was.
That's a nice one. Yeah, there you go. Oh, just pull the jig out there.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's what we're talking about. Another really nice Devil's Lake eater. And I don't have to have tag sandwiches tonight, to use that hunting term. I get to actually eat a fish, which is awesome.
Awesome. I get asked a lot about color. And even today, it's hard to tell, is it color or not? And I have a little saying, I'm old enough to remember Yogi Berra. And my saying is, color doesn't matter till it matters. And anybody that hears me say that says, well, no kidding, Candle. Of course it doesn't matter till it matters. My point is, it's so far down on the list of what makes a fish bite, is that many, many days we don't know for certain if it was the color or not that triggered that fish. And we'll do a little scenario. Today we're pitching jigs and we're catching some fish. Is it really the color of the jig we're pitching, or should we be throwing a chatterbait, or should we be throwing a crankbait, or should we be pitching a jigging wrap? There's so many other things that are action and size and shape oriented that you don't know for certain if it's really the fire tiger color, or could you have done something differently that led you to color? Yes, there's a lot of days where it's hard to deny they all bit on white. But if all you did was throw white jigs that day, that's all you're gonna catch them on anyway. So yes, color's important, but do we ever drill down far enough during a fishing day to determine that it's the color that matters? And that's where I'm gonna leave it. There we go, there we go.
Right
That's
color?
a walleye, yep. There we go.
Just a net.
Not hooked real good. I think we got him. There we go. Look at there. That's a good sign.
That's a very good sign.
When he came off in the net, perfect.
And we were pitching out instead of
Hey.
in.
Fish sandwich, another one. I hope you brought some tartar sauce, Scott.
I did not, but
Yeah. Woohoo!
my problem with that is I'm down 4-1 now. Wow.
Saw a few fish on the 360 on the deep side, which happens sometimes, right? Water temperature is pretty much the same throughout these bays. It's pretty flat transition. Followed the 360, switched her up to a crankbait just to fish a little faster, and didn't take very many casts to connect with that one. So let's see if we can get a few more. If I catch another one, Scott, I'll get you a crankbait.
Yeah.
Or not. It's gonna get fast and furious in a couple days. The magic number for me has always been 60 degrees. I mean, I don't care where you're at. Seems like Green Bay, Mille Lacs, right? I mean,
Yep.
yeah, we catch walleye when it's colder than that, obviously, but it sure seems to me like that's the magic. It's game on, everybody's catching them, you know what I'm saying? There you go, there you go. Want me to net it? Or can you get it? I'll catch it for you. Oh, that's a little bit close to too big. Nice job.
Worked out well. Another nice Devil's Lake walleye. Good eats right there.
Maybe we shouldn't leave just yet. This is when your head starts swimming, right? I've caught plenty of walleye on that bank before. Did they dump out of there and stop right here or not? I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you do? Where do you go next?
Well, and if you come in here a month from now,
right,
there'll be fish all over in it.
Oh yeah.
So they haven't gone very far.
Yeah.
Or maybe they haven't moved in yet.
Right. I don't think they've moved in here yet.
Yeah.
See, out here it's only 54 degrees. Come on, 6-pounder. Even a 4-pounder would be all right, wouldn't it? I decided to make a little move north and west. We're now in a section of Devil's Lake known as Pelican Lake. Huge inflows of water here this spring with the runoff. A little bit warmer, a little bit different structure, maybe a little more rock and gravel instead of those mud bottoms. And typically known to hold a few bigger fish. So maybe we can connect with something and show you what Devil's Lake's all about. Boy, did I just set myself up there, didn't I? Now I gotta catch a big one. That wasn't real smart to say.
Well, if we don't have to play that. The timing should be good. The wind is blowing in here.
4, 5, 6. Why aren't they eating though? 57 degrees. There's no reason they couldn't be here. Water's not too clean, I don't think, especially with a ripple on it. It feels right.
There's a fish.
Got one?
Yep.
There we go.
Feels like it's the right color. Not the typical head shakes I've been feeling all day.
There we go. Look at there. Oh, that's a little nicer fish.
Yeah, it is.
Ha!
Nice.
Saved by the net man.
Yes.
Well,
Good job,
there you
sir.
go. Beautiful cooler full, or live well full, I should say, of eating size fish. Very, very typical day today, right? Nice batch of walleyes, a couple white bass, a couple northern pike.
And that's what Devil's Lake is about. Everybody wants to come out here. They want to catch a bunch of fish that they can eat or take home, whatever the case may be. And Devil's Lake did not disappoint.
Not
it
at all.
usually doesn't.
Not at all. Great day with a great buddy, great fish.
Okay, now I'm one away.
Now you're one away. There we go. Man, they look good down there, don't they?
Another nice one.
There we go.
Nice work, Mr. Candle.
Yeah, well, you know, we moved to that other section of the lake. It's still protected, still warmer water, but it's bigger. We're on a piece of offshore structure now, more sand, gravel. We got a couple fish there fairly quick, and again, wonderful eating size walleye.
Well, I was within one.
I wasn't counting till you mouthed off about it, so.
That's all right.
No,
We could catch two, or I could catch two pretty darn quick and be caught up to you.
there's obviously some fish here somewhere.
You gotta have some friendly competition when you're in the boat. It's something we never did today, Johnny. We should have did $1 for first,
Most
biggest,
and biggest.
most. Yep.
Today we're fishing out of my big 219 Pro VGL. It's powered by a 400 horsepower Mercury Verado. Very, very important guiding on big water to get that nice, smooth, dry ride. I've got paying customers on board every day and they want to ride in a lap of luxury. This boat absolutely does that. But on top of that, it's full of all the features that a fishing guide needs. Lots and lots of storage. I can fit all my tackle, all my rods in here, and have the flexibility of switching from jigs to crankbaits to bobber fishing to trolling. You name it, I can carry the gear I need to get it done. It's got a lot of other features like the live well that keeps the fish alive and tasty for my customers all day. And then above the deck, rod straps to keep your rods out of the way but available at an arm's length. Tool holders, so I always have pliers right where I need them. Full of the features I need to provide a great day on the water for all my customers. And after 75 years, Lund keeps pumping them out. It really makes you wonder what the boats are gonna look like 75 years from today. Let us drift in there a little. There's one, Scotty.
Feels nice.
Staying down really well.
Doesn't know the boat's here yet though. There, now it does.
Really nice fish. Oh yeah, buddy. Woo! That's what Devil's Lake's all about right there, my friend. Well, there you go, Scott, man.
Wow.
Finally got to see what Devil's Lake's all about. That's a beautiful fish. Goes great with a near limit of eaters in there.
Yeah.
So we got a meal. We got some white bass. We got some northern pike.
Yeah,
we saw everything there is to see.
You got everything you want on a fishing trip. You said you got some nice eaters. Cap it off with a couple of really nice fish. It's been an amazing day, but when do you come to Devil's Lake and not have a good day? I mean,
well, I
literally.
won't tell you about those today. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's
What a
been a lot
great
of fun.
time. What a great time. Let's get that big girl back and man, I can't think of a better way to end her.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.